let's get started with the very first trapper I ever bought. And this is actually one of the very first buck knives, amongst the first, that I had bought when I first really got into knife collecting in around, I don't know, 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. And I saw this trapper and I ordered it. And at that time, all I knew about buck knives, or most of what I knew, was buck knives are made in the USA. And I remember getting this knife and looking it over and saying, oh, wow, what a great knife. This is just the regular wood grain here, covers on it. And I opened it up and I was looking it over and just marveling over it. And then I saw that. Boom! And boy, it just let the air out of my balloon. I'm like, China? That's when I really started learning that, yes, Buck was starting to make some of their slip joints overseas. So, yeah, it kind of deflated me there just a little bit. But I have to say, this is probably, well, I know this is my first trapper that I ever bought. Another one of their, and it's model, what number is this? This is model 382 right here. And we've got another 382. And Buck came out with this 2 or 3 years ago. And this is in the Burlwood. And I tell you what, these Burlwood covers are fantastic. I bought several of these and handed them out as gifts. And yeah, they're just fantastic. A little bit of stepping right there. But the covers are just fantastic. So here's another one of the 382s made in China. Yep. There you go. All right. My good friend Kalen, Gunslinger Cal, sent me a collector's tin, and in one of them, or one of the two knives that was in it, was this little mini trapper. And this is the Buck 380. And it's from a 2006 collector's tin. So we can see the difference in size there. But look at that red bone on it. Just beautiful. So this is one of those made in China also. But that bone looks wonderful, don't it? And there it says Collector's Edition 2006. Kind of a neat little pocket dropper, isn't it? Yeah. Alrighty. And now for my last buck trapper. This is an American made. And this is the 3112. No, it is not my last one. Second to last one, I think. This is the 312, and made in 1990 with this smooth blue bone. And is this not a gorgeous, gorgeous knife? Just look at that. We've got the stainless steel there, or the nickel there, and then you got the brass liner separating down the middle. Doesn't that look nice? That's gorgeous. So anyway, this is a limited edition for the ABCA. And all I know is ABCA. What I found out was American Baseball Coaches Association. So this must have been a special run for them. Unless ABCA stands for something else. I don't know. But it says 1 of 1,500. And if we look on the bolster here, we can see there, this is number 191. Number 191. But that is just one gorgeous knife. Yeah. And then what I think is my last buck one. I bought this used off of eBay, and this is the 311. Again, American made in the USA. However, people refer to it as the slimline trapper, but Buck in any of its advertising and all of that never refers to it as a slimline. That's just something collectors have kind of come up with because it is quite a bit thinner. But as you can see with this one's had a lot of love, a lot of use. Look at that. It's just like a needle. But this is the Buck 311. And I don't know if this was made by Camillus or not. Well, no, it doesn't have a long nail nick or anything. But yeah, so this is their Model 311. And I don't know when they made these, how long they made them. Got the brass liners there. So yeah, the Buck 311 Trapper, aka the Slimline Trapper. Alrighty, that does it for my bucks. Okay, the next one here is called the Settler, and this is a Guidesman Trapper. And Guidesman is the house brand of Menards. And they're made in China. And they call it a trapper. To me, it's a more of a two-bladed jackknife. And they call it the Settler. I don't know. That just looks like a jackknife to me. We'll set this one aside. I have it labeled as a trapper, but I'm not quite sure. Let's set that one aside. Oh, an amazing, amazing antique store find here in this Workhorse. And this is from Camco. And Camco, of course, is a line of knives by Camillus. And look at that etching there. There was a series of these Workhorse knives. And I believe Tobias has a Stockman. I don't remember if it's in the red jig bone or not, but he has a Stockman out of the Workhorse series. It's interesting. It doesn't say China. It says PRC on the back. So, this knife made in China by Camco is kind of the last, one of the last gasps, if I can say it right. Last-ditch effort for Camillus to stay in business and make some money. He's just started having these made overseas, over in China, trying to save some money in the manufacturing, trying to stay relevant. And unfortunately, it just still didn't work out, did it? They went under. So, yep, this is the Camco Workhorse Trapper. Wonderful knife. Compare the bone there. Yep. Alrighty, now my last one, and I'm trying to remember who sent me this. Somebody sent me this. And I didn't mark it down and I forgot. But this is a Jowika. Made in Ireland. There we go. And Jowika is 2 or 3 names, letters from 2 or 3 last names put together to come up with Jowika. And I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was the Jowika factory in Ireland that Imperial bought out when Imperial started to make their knives over there in Ireland. I'm just not quite sure. But look at that. A little bit different. A little smaller bolster up here. A little smaller bolster at the bottom. This fake jig bone covers. So there's my Jowika. Alright, I think now I have went through all of my trappers, so you can catch my other video on the case trappers that I did. Hey, might as well invite other channels. If you got trappers that aren't case, why, show us your trappers. So until next time, have a very delightful day.